And it is Faith Time, our weekly conversation on matters of faith. And joining us this morning is Dr. Joe Savage with Roads of Hope. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir.
Thank you, Chad. Always a privilege to be here.
All right, so we wanted to talk about your organization, Roads of Hope. What is that?
Well, we're a nonprofit, started in 2014. We're based here in Mobile and Baldwin counties. And our main aim, Chad, is to help orphans and keep them from being trafficked. Over Moldova and Ukraine, that's ground zero for human trafficking. People don't know that. That's in Eastern Europe. And so they target orphans. And so what we do is we try to get those orphans, put them into homes. We have them scattered across both of those countries. And so we provide humanitarian aid, hosting, bringing the kids here, and then putting them in homes over there and just trying to keep them safe from the bad guys.
Earlier this year, News 5's Debbie Williams did a story with your organization in Baldwin County. Talk to us a little bit about some of the programs you offer locally for some of these kids.
Yeah, Debbie had a great story with us. I was so thankful that she did that. And WKRG covered us last summer. But we brought 19 orphans over from Ukraine. And when they got here, we had 9 of those kids staying with families, and then we had 10 of those children stay together in one home. Now, that was a bit of a zoo, but we had the kids together, and basically the idea is to give them a great summer, give them a wonderful trip, but it helps them academically as well, and in so many other ways. But so many times these kids, most of them have never been in a home with a family. Most of them has never been able to have anyone pray for them or love them or talk to them, much less to sit down at the table and have a meal or to reach in the refrigerator and grab something out to drink like most of us are able to do. So it was a great experience for the kids, and even more so I think it was a great experience for us.
So to keep 19 orphan kids for 5 weeks, that's got to be a huge undertaking. How'd you do it? And I got to assume most of them spoke English?
Well, that's no. Most of them did not speak English, and how we did it, I have no idea. I'm still wondering how we did it, because we only have a few weeks to actually get prepared when they called us to ask us to host these kids. I tell you, honestly, it was a God factor. I know this program's called Faith Time, but the bottom line is, it was God said, here's my children, here are these orphans. I want you to teach them about love and take care of them. And literally, that's what we were able to do. And I don't think we got any sleep. Any of the volunteers got sleep during the month of August. But we had the kids there, or here rather, in Mobilians in Baldwin County. It was unbelievable how many people were able to help and helped us and provided for us. And I mean, well over 1,000 meals during that month of time, and people just kept providing in businesses. It was phenomenal.
Will you be doing this again?
Yeah, we will. Lord willing, this Christmas, we're actually in search of families right now to host some. We're going to bring a small number over. And then the summer, we're going to bring the kids back over again. And with so many churches and businesses, they want us to continue to do this, and we want to continue to do it. It's just a wonderful way for us and people across the Gulf Coast to love children who have nothing, literally zero. And so,
why is this work important?
Well, I think a couple of reasons. Number one, in the book of James, the first chapter there, the scriptures say that real and undefiled religion before God, not as we think it, but before God, is to take care of widows and orphans in their distress. And so I think first and foremost, and it's certainly the reason we do it at Roads of Hope, is because God instructs us to care for widows and orphans. I think it needs to be a part of all of us who are followers of Christ. We need to be taking care of those who can't take care of themselves. And so that's number one. Number two is because in Moldova and Ukraine, with that being ground zero for human trafficking, in other words, a source country, that's where the kids are dying. I mean, they're literally 50% of those children will die before reaching 21st birthday.
It is a very tough issue and a very big job. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Joe Savage with Roads of Hope. News 5 this morning will continue after the break.